All right, folks, welcome back. Let's see what we have today. We have a medium puzzle. So kind of looking at this, kind of got a donut feature here. Got a kind of center hole in the middle, and then all the numbers kind of are on the outside. It's kind of a cool little pattern there. So let's take a look here at the center for just a moment. Seeing a pair of twos and a pair of sixes. Let's see here. We've got a 1, we've got a 2, we need a 3. Well, we can't have a 3 here, can't have a 3 here, so here's the only spot in the center cube for a 3. We've got a 4, we need a 5. Well, we can't have a 5 here. We've got a 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. That center cube is all done up. Let's crisscross these pairs real quick. I saw these 2s. Says no 2 in the bottom, no 2 in the middle, and we have a 2 here down the center. So only spot for a 2 in this cube is over here. Okay, okay. I notice a pair of 1s right here. No 1 in the left, no 1 down the center. That's the only spot left for a 1. Let's see what else we have down the center. Anywhere where there's a pattern like this. I like these patterns. See, like there's a row right here. I like that pattern. So like here's a 4 that comes down, and here's a 4 that comes down the left. So we know that one of these two has to be a 4. Well, you can't have any 4 here in this column, and you can't have a 4 here. So actually that's the only spot left for a 4. Then over here you can't have a 4 in the top or the bottom anymore. So the only spot there is a 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 9. Okay, just looking at there. All right, all right. Pairs of 1s, pairs of 9s. All right, so looking vertically here, the 6 comes up, so one of these two has to be a 6. 1, 2, 4, 9. They have the rest of those. Okay. Okay. All right, all right. Down here in this bottom right cube, we see a 1 that goes through here. So there's a 1. Okay, we need a 2. And we don't have a... Oh, we do. Yeah, right there. There's a little bug flying there in my eyeball. Okay, there's a 2 there and there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we do have a 7 that comes down the right side. So we have 3 choices here for our 7. And an 8. And then we have a 9 down the left and the center. So we know a 9 actually has to go here or here. Okay, so we still don't have the 7 marked out just yet, and that's okay. We'll wait on that one. Okay, so let's take a look up here at this one a little bit better. We got a 1, we've got a 2. All right, so we need a 3. Can't be in the left, and it can't be in the center. Okay, 4. We need a 5. Can't be a 5 in the top or the middle. So let's throw those there. Need a 6. Now the 6 can't be in the right lane. So a 6 goes here or here. We need a 7. The 7 can't be in the bottom. And then we need an 8. Okay. I see a pair of 9s here in the center cube. Need to go either here or here. That's all the pairs I see on those 3. We have a pair of 9s here and here. So, and a 9 that can't go there. So just kind of looking at the pairs, I kind of got away from that. I'm going to back up and grab these pairs here real quick. Let's see, we got a 1 and a 1, so a 1 has to be up here. We've got 2, 2, 2s. Okay, we've got a 3 in the top and a 3 in the bottom, and then a 3 through the center. So this is actually an only spot for the 3 to go. Okay, we only have 2 numbers missing here, so I like to look at that. We've got a 4 and an 8, and I do have a helpful 4 here. So this one has to be the 8, and this one has to be the 4. I now have a pair of 8s, and an 8 through the center. So in this cube, this is the only spot left for an 8. Okay, so we've got 3 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I need a 5. That can go anywhere. Okay, I need a 6, but it can't be here because of this 6. So that makes this one a 6. So the two numbers that I'm now missing are a 5 and a 7. Okay, but that also tells me that this one now has to be my 4. And I don't have anything to help me just yet, so I will throw my pencil marks in there, 5 and a 7. Now these top 3 up here, we're missing a 1, a 5, and a 7. Okay, well I have a 5 in the right and the left, so there's my 5. I have a 7 right here, so there's my 1, and that's the only spot left for a 7. Now down here in the bottom cube, we can't have a 7 down the left, can't have a 7 down the right. So there's our 7, which is going to force our 2, which is going to force our 1, which is going to force our 9. There we go. Now I have a 9 in the top, a 9 through the middle, 9 down the left. So on this bottom cube, this is the only spot left for a 9. Let's look at these 3 cubes because we've got a lot of those numbers already. We're just missing 2 in each column. So let's look in this right column. We've got a 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we need a 4 and an 8. And I do have a helpful 4 there. So a 4 and an 8. Okay, these 2 right here, I'm missing a 1 and a 2. And I have a helpful 2 right there. So a 1 and a 2. And then I'm going to look here and I am missing, let's see, 1, 2, I'm missing a 3 and a 6. Do I have any help over here? I do not. Okay, but we do have something that is neat. 3 and a 6, 3 and a 6. Okay, so we have something called a crisscross pattern. But we can also eliminate the 6 here. The crisscross pattern, folks, if you haven't seen one where we've talked about the crisscross pattern, in hards and very hards, they are everywhere. So you'll notice that there's a 6 high and low, and you'll notice over here there's a 6 high and low. Now, as long as they're in the same both column or rows, it'll do this. So if say this is a 6 in the top, that makes this a 6 in the bottom. If it's 6 in the bottom here, then it's 6 in the top here. So either way, if it's no matter which one is a 6, it creates a little crisscross pattern. So you cannot in the center cube have a 6 in the top or in the bottom. And then we do have a solid one that you can't have a 6 there. So that is that. Now we're missing 2 numbers here. We're missing a 2 and a 7, but I do have a helpful 2 here that says this can't be a 2, has to be a 7. We also have a 7 here. So that's the only spot left for those 2s and 7s. Okay, all right, let's see what we've got going on here. I noticed a 1 here, can't be across the top. We have a 1 in the left and in the center. So there's only one spot left for the 1. 2, 3, we need a 4. 4 can't be across the top, can't be in the left. There's our 4, 5, 6. Okay, I need a 7, and it can't be in the right, and it can't be in the bottom. So here's actually the only spot left, and that also now helps us with our 9. And the only number we are missing is an 8. Okay, let's see what else we've got going on. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Okay, we've only got one number missing in this column. Looks like a 6. Got 2 numbers missing vertically here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like a 5 and an 8. And we have a 5 and an 8, so we're just going to swap those. There's my 8, there's my 5. We got 3 numbers missing here. Looks like a 2, a 3, and a 7. We have a 2, 3, and 7 here. So that we're just going to kind of rotate those here. So this one has to be the 2 and the 3. This one has to be the 2 and the 7. And this one has to be the 3 and the 7. Okay, so that's all marked out. If this is a 2 and a 7, there's only 2 numbers missing. So that makes this one a 2 and a 7. But while I'm looking for the 2's here, I notice there's no 2 in the right, no 2 down the center, and no 2 through the bottom. So in this cube, this is actually the only spot left for a 7. 2, pardon me, 2. So that actually is going to help me dwindle these folks right on down. Okay, one number missing here. Looks like 3. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. And they could be anywhere. We need a 6. That can be anywhere. We need a 7. Okay, well, we have a 6 and a 7. So if there's a 5, 6, and 7, well, the 6 and the 7 are already lined up. So this is actually the only spot that a 5 can go. Okay, and so now we know that this is now going to be our 5, and this is now going to be our 6. With this 5, we know that this has to be a 5, and this has to be a 7. I'm going to clean up my pencil marks there. Now that we have this 6, we know this one is a 3. We know this one is a 6. The only two numbers now that we're missing here look like a 3 and an 8. And of course we have a 3 and an 8, so we've got to swap those. There's our 8. There's our 3. Two numbers left, 6 and a 7. And there's a 7, there's a 6. So we've got to swap those in the columns. And there you have it, folks. Medium puzzle. I always recommend taking a moment and pausing the puzzle before we play it and print you off a couple copies, play along with. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and please feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, or challenges. Thanks, folks. Have a good one. See you next time.